All right, been looking forward to this half hour talking about cleaners. I'm going to introduce you to a person I know you know because we've had him on this show many times. It is Bruce Yacko from Jaws. Bruce, welcome.
Good morning, Gary, and how nice it is to be in studio.
Yeah,
It's been too long, my friend.
Yeah, we're actually face to face.
Oh,
it's
it's
kind of
nice.
cool.
Fantastic.
So I'll give a little prep work. You know, you got all kinds of different cleaners. Your cleaners are unique in that you can use the bottle again, so you don't have all these bottles and you're not throwing them in the landfill and everything. But before we get into really talking about the efficiencies of the cleaner, tell me about the start of the company of Jaws. I mean, where did you get this idea? What was the motivation? Just give me a little history.
Yeah, so Gary, we've been in the business of providing concentrates to professionals, the service masters of the world, and really thought that there are some opportunities to bring that technology to the consumer. But when I started reading about, the Pacific Ocean being filled, I mean, I'm not talking about the state of Rhode Island, about the size of Texas.
Is that right?
3 miles deep, filled with plastic bottles that were one-use, single-use bottles.
Right.
And understanding kind of what that meant to the ocean's pollution, the streams, and all the feeding systems that get there, that I said, we are smarter than this. We are better than this. I remember when we first started talking about this, people kind of opened their eyes and said, well, what are you talking about? Because the consumer was not aware of the fact that they could find a way to reuse a bottle and a sprayer and not throw it away after one use. And having concentrates is a way of reusing that package. And so we started looking at different iterations. How could we do this? We needed to make it intuitive. We needed to make it easy. We needed to give exact dilution every time. We needed to create newer formulas that were based on the newer surfaces. When I was a kid, Formica was it. You had some white Formica on your countertop.
Right.
Now you have marble and granite and stainless steel and cultured marble and, all different kinds of things so I wanted to make sure that not only did we provide a way to offer a concentrate in a easy package to use, but I wanted to make sure that the formulas were modern day, designed for the modern day homes. Right. And I couldn't ignore the 1920s homes because there's a lot of those out there too.
Oh yeah.
So finding products that performed at a very high degree that would be able to use on the modern day home or a home created all those years ago was really important, and using chemistries. Years ago, you had to use fairly harsh. When you sprayed that bathroom cleaner, you ran for your life.
Everybody knew it.
You sprayed that counter cleaner, you choked.
Right.
And because that was really the only means to provide a cleaner that would actually clean. But they were just so injurious to, respiratory systems and hard on surfaces. So anyway, we worked hard to create not only the chemistries that were safer choice certified, but then also provided the cleaning performance necessary and was done in something called the Jaws cartridge.
So where did you start the selling process? Was it in the United States?
No, we didn't. Actually, the first customer we had was in Libya.
Libya?
Now, that was before some issues that took place, and also Australia. So we were in all the Woolworth stores in Australia. We remember the Woolworth store as a kid.
Sure.
Well, they still have 900 stores over in Australia, New Zealand, Tasmania. So that was really the first market we tried it in. And then we had a very big commercial customer. So we started this in the commercial world.
Okay.
Industrial, institutional, places that had small cleaning operations like Starbucks.
Right.
Some of the industrial plants that we involve with, some of the medical facilities, airports.
Oh, wow.
So we started really on the commercial level to really get a sense of how did they work? Did people like it? Did they get it? Did it perform the way they expected it to? And they weren't cleaning. The Mirage doesn't clean one mirror a day.
Right.
They clean
a whole bunch.
5,000 mirrors a day.
Wow.
And so having a product that from a labor standpoint would provide a very clean and efficient operation that would make their labor more productive.
Right.
I remember when I went in and we made that call, I'm looking at this lady who probably, and she got, bless her soul, she really wanted to do a great job. And I'm watching her clean and rub and rub and rub and rub on that mirror. And I'm thinking, what on earth? And so I go in there with my Jaws product, and within milliseconds, we had it done. We had it cleaned. And she was like, whoa. Well, people in their homes they're busy. We're busy. You know, we have soccer games and baseball games and basketball, and we have all these things that we need to do, and we are just as busy in our home. So having a product that no matter how hard you try to screw it up, streak it up, whatever it up, that in the end of the day, it's going to perform to a very high degree and do it quickly and efficiently and safely was really what the whole thing about Jaws was. So, but it really started with the bottles. And as I got into the middle of this thing, I'm kind of in the middle of the stream paddling, and people are getting it and understanding it and really liking it. You see the comments that come on our website and Amazon and everywhere else. You know, that at the end of the day, we really felt that, you know, by that time, I think 7 oceans were filled with plastic bottles, Gary. I'll
tell you what, even it has nothing to do with Jaws, but it petrifies me. Even at our home, we're trying to really cut back the use of plastic bags. It's how's that stuff all get into the ocean?
Yeah, it just does. You know, and the problem is that the landfills are all getting filled up.
Oh yeah, that doesn't decay.
And really, the worst part of all this, you know, I mean, it's all bad, Gary. It's preventable, and we're smarter than this. And that's what people. I remember coming out with the fax machine. Everybody said, "What am I going to do with it? I can't talk to anybody." When we came out with Jaws, within a year or so, people said, "Why haven't we been doing this for 20 years? We're better than this." But if you filled that oil, if you fill up this bottle, Gary, this much with oil, that's what it took to get it into your cabinet.
Is that right?
So we threw that away after one use, and oil is in short supply and very expensive.
Wow.
So really reusing the packaging, reusing the bottle, refilling it up to 26 times, and doing it with a really quality product.
Oh, the product, I've made the comment many times to you, that your glass cleaner, and we'll talk about all of them because I have a great like for all of them, but that glass cleaner, it doesn't clean glass. It polishes glass.
Yeah, it's really
I remember vividly the first time I used it on our bathroom mirror. It's like, oh my gosh, that mirror's never been that clean. And we're talking a glass cleaner. I'm thinking there can't be that much difference.
and
I give it to my wife and, hey, try it on this mirror. And she's actually the one that says, it's like it's polished.
Yeah,
and it really does.
Well, just a quick story for all you listeners. I come up with this concept. You know, we go out and we sell it commercially, and we've had sold 10 million cartridges by the time I said hi to Gary, and met him through a friend, and so Gary and I get on the phone and we talk a little bit, and Gary says, "Well, okay, send me your product." And he said, "If I like it, you'll hear from me. If not, forget I exist, forget I live, forget my phone number, and just forget it." And so I send it off to Gary, like he said, and a month goes by and I hear nothing, and another month goes by and I hear nothing, and I'm thinking, everybody loves my product. How on earth can Gary not love my product, our product? And so at the end of the day, he finally called me like 3 months later, and he said, "Bruce, I love your product. You told me the story about the glass cleaner polishing, and you've been around things like this for a long time. You're an expert, you know." And so I'm really glad for the phone call back. Number one, and number two, I've loved the relationship all these years, and appreciate your support and your use of the products.
I certainly have, and we're going to take a little break. When we come back, I'm going to introduce you to the products. We've got more than just glass cleaner we want to talk about. We'll probably start with the disinfectant, kids going back to school and stuff like that. So we'll continue. Bruce Yacko is my guest. He is with Jaws, the JawsCleans.com. You can check it out as we talk. You're at home with Gary Sullivan. All right, back at it we go. 20 minutes after the top of the hour, at home with Gary Sullivan. Bruce Yacko from Jaws is my guest as we talk about cleaners. Kids are going back to school, going back to college. We are still spending a lot of time at home. A lot of us are working from home. Cleaning has never been more important. And before we get into the disinfectant, how about all-purpose cleaning?
Yeah, so we have a wonderful all-purpose cleaner that actually your listeners had asked us to introduce. And as we looked across the spectrum in terms of what kind of all-purpose cleaner should we bring into that marketplace, we saw a product called Fabuloso, which is a very successful product in the all-purpose category. Great. It just has a phenomenal fragrance. It's a good cleaner. It's designed in a way to really do from organic soils, dirts and things that you bring in,
Right.
to more greases and things along those lines. You have oils, and so having the ability to clean a great variety in all-purpose fashion. Still can use it in the kitchen, and still can, because it's
Right.
good on the suets and the vegetable
all-purpose,
oils and
yeah.
things along those lines. But it really has a very wide range of things it can clean based on the way we put the formula together. But
Yeah, that's a wonderful product, and it smells great. And I guess
we get a lot of really positive comments.
do you really?
All the time.
Yeah, it's great that. And again, you mentioned it before, the environmental aspects of it, the safeness of that particular product. Is there a special way that a regular household cleaner should be used, including your jaws? Do we do it the right way? Sometimes I ask that question and says, "Oh no, we've been doing it wrong for 50 years."
Yeah.
Is there? Do we let the spray sit on the surface?
Well,
or-
any cleaner, any cleaner, the more time it has to sit and dwell on a surface, the better it's going to perform.
Okay.
And so if you have the time to let it sit for a moment, and allow, you'll see bubbles. The bubbles are basically the surfactants that are working,
Right.
and there's energy there.
They're
As they
lifting it.
bubble,
They're
and
lifting this-
they're breaking up, they're bubbling. So it allows for a little less energy in terms of cleaning yourself, and allows the product to do a better job on the surface.
And when it's empty, we get out our little pod. It's by the way, folks, it's about the size of a roll of nickels. And it just fits. You fill the bottle with water, and it sits in the neck of the bottle, and you put the sprayer head through, and you're ready to go again.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun. It's
Yeah.
easy, it's fun, it's
Oh, it's
intuitive,
super
and all
easy.
those things, Gary. But at the end of the day, it provides the right solution and allows us to give you a concentrate in a child-resistant capsule.
Right.
That you simply fill up your bottle with water, and it's a beautiful bottle. It's elegant. It's a long-term use, heavy-duty bottle. And a sprayer designed for 50,000 pulls.
Wow.
And so it's a commercial-grade sprayer. The guys that are cleaning things professionally, they don't use one bottle and throw it away. They use that sprayer over and over again. It needs to be designed to be able to work longer in use. But you simply fill up your bottle with water. There's a fill line on there. It's very easy to do. You drop in the cartridge, and when you tighten down on the sprayer, you hear it pop.
Yep. You put
And
all
when
the
it
good
pops,
stuff in
it
there.
releases the concentrate into the water, and now you've just built your first bottle of Jaws.
Easy
and it's
enough.
not a capsule. There's some things. There's some tablets out there.
no,
There's
this
some
is-
baloney tubes that are filled with concentrate. They say wait 15 minutes and you'll be ready to go. And many times, 15 minutes later,
I've
it's still
lost
not ready
interest.
to go. Yes. Well, and that will clog your sprayer and other things when you do that. But it's very quick. I mean, it's immediate. Within seconds, you can go clean, shake the bottle twice, and go to work. And but it really is the right. You're not touching the chemical. I just can't imagine using a tablet.
Well, just like this thing, I brought these things in, and you got it all over your hands and everything, right?
Well, then what do you
It's a
put your hands in your
towelette
mouth?
and-
You put your hands in your eyes,
Right.
Then you burn. It's the wrong execution for what we're doing.
Exactly.
And those little pillows are great in your laundry because you have the time. The agitation, the clothes are moving around. You have a half hour. In your dishwasher, you have the time because you have the edge. In a bottle, not so much.
Well, tell me about the disinfectant. Again, we're still battling germs. I guess we're always battling germs.
No.
And your disinfectant, I don't know if you can say hospital grade, but it kills it. It's registered to kill germs,
That's true.
bad germs.
And it's sold in the commercial aspect, and it is hospital grade, and it does say hospital grade because it kills the Pseudomonas and Salmonella and staph that you have to be able to destroy on the surface within a very short period of time. And so, the way we decided, there's all kinds of different ways of building disinfectants. Most of them are high alkaline. We designed one with a neutral pH. So the one we offer has a neutral pH, which makes it safer to use in the home.
Right.
It doesn't leave streaks behind like the high alkaline products do. It has a whole host. I need to put it on a 50-foot bottle to be able to talk about all the different viruses and funguses and bacteria that has been tested against to kill and destroy in a very short period of time. And so, but beyond there, Gary, if I didn't have one disinfectant claim on this product, It's a great cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in our homes, we're trying to clean stuff, right? And in the
exactly
hospitals
right.
and in the nursing homes and in the industrial facilities, we're cleaning a surface. And we want it disinfected too. And the beauty of our product is most products you need to clean them first.
Right.
Then you come back and disinfect.
Okay.
Now, again, who has the time for all this? We have a one-step cleaner disinfectant in one formula, in a neutral formula that you can use on your floors, you can use on your walls, you can use on your doorknobs, you can use it on your phones, and really have a whole host of different hard surfaces you can disinfect against.
Yeah, so moms and dads are dropping kids off to college. I don't know about your kids, but trying to tell them to clean something might be a little bit of a chore at this stage of their life. But the one thing you could certainly do is give them the bottle of the disinfectant, since it does clean.
Absolutely.
And it does disinfect, because their immune system's probably a little better than ours. But that's a good product to do.
Well, you do. You know, your kids are coming home from school. Whether your kids going off to college, great.
Yep.
But they're coming home from elementary and high school too,
Sure.
with all kinds of germs and things. And
All right, Bruce Yacko, he's my guest. He's with Jaws. We'll continue our conversation, and you're at home with Gary Sullivan. All right, back at it we go. At home with Gary Sullivan. Bruce Yacko is my guest from Jaws, going through some of the Jaws cleaners. Bruce, during the break, you had said something to me about the disinfectant. Folks, listen to this, because if you're going like, oh, it's just another disinfectant. We've talked about disinfectants till we're blue in the face for the last 2.5 years. You were telling me about the military, the Navy, in fact, that uses the Jaws disinfectant.
Sure, the nuclear sub fleet use this disinfectant as a product on board. You know, they're under the water for 3 months at a time.
Sure.
You're on a multi-billion-dollar piece of equipment that has a lot of electronics, having caustic products, having respiratory type products. You know, you're
not an option.
It's not an option.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they still load those by hand. And so having these boxes of cartridges as a way to load and store, you can store a lot of cleaner.
So
and
how
concentrate.
many concentrates are there? 12?
So there's 24 in this box, and it weighs less than a pound and a half, Gary.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
unbelievable.
little. It's very small.
Very
box.
small, but there's 24 cartridges in there. So having a product that's good in terms of respiratory issues, that's good in terms of surface issues, that doesn't leave the residues behind, won't attack the electronic type equipment that they have on those boats, and you have a very big population of people that are coming from different places as they come back onto the ship.
Right.
So having the ability to clean and disinfect as you would in a hospital or any other, you know, long-term patient care area is really important. So it really checks all the boxes from storage, small, they're inexpensive, which is great. They are able to put them in small areas and control it that way. Sure. And then a really great formula to go along with it. It's,
good to know. Well, that should make a lot of people pretty comfortable about. By the way, folks, you can order this at jawscleans.com. Going into the colder months, before long, it'll be holidays. I jokingly said to somebody the other day, 4 more months till Christmas.
Isn't that crazy?
With all the granite and kitchens and everything, I get a lot of calls on cleaning granite. Some products out on the market, caustic. Some you definitely can't use on marble. Yet you have a Jaws granite cleaner, and it can be used on marble.
We do, absolutely. Really designed for that purpose. Granite, marble, stone care. You know, the two things you want to make sure, number one, you clean.
Right.
Number two, you want to make sure you don't damage. I have a piece of granite that I have done thousands. I'll say 5,000 demos in Bed Bath & Beyonds and things like that on that looks as good as the day I bought it.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing product in terms of the way it cleans and performs. It doesn't leave streaks behind. The piece of marble I'd be showing you is a black piece of marble. And cleaning anything black is hard.
Yeah.
You know, leaves residues behind. You see those immediately. Mm-hmm. But not only that, it brightens up to 25% because of the polishing agents in the formula. That piece of stone, which is another benefit, especially as you have guests coming in for the holidays and things. You want your home to look great. But to spend $50,000 on a kitchen, which is what it costs anymore,
there's no question about that.
and then a year later being using the wrong products on those surfaces to destroy and dull them,
not good.
is not good.
Yeah.
You know, and so we really designed it with great care because we understand the investments you have made in your offices, businesses, and homes. In order to utilize, and we have darker stones now that we're cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
So leaving residues behind or not brightening those up would really be a mistake.
Well,
but the thing we hear most about it, the cucumber basil fragrance.
Yeah.
People love it.
Is
I mean,
that right?
they're just off the charts.
It's a kitchen.
It's our last introduction, and it's our highest selling product.
Really?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Well, the one thing I would make an analogy with the Granite Cleaner, it's in a way the same thing that I talked about with the glass cleaner. It doesn't just clean it. It
makes it
polishes
looks better.
It makes it jump.
Hey, if I take the effort to clean something, I want it to look better when I'm done than worse. And too many times it will look worse with the wrong product.
Right. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. So interesting. I guess another area we all, in this show especially, has a lot of conversation regarding showers, stubborn stains, bathroom cleaning, and you have a foaming bathroom cleaner.
Right. So again, we talked a little bit about the bubbles, Gary, you know, and what the bubbles do and the energy it provides and the cleaning performance it supports. And so we have a foaming bathroom cleaner that will stay on a sponge, stay on a toilet brush, stay on a vertical surface, giving it time to get that mechanical action started before. Really designed for soap buildups, shampoos, body oils. You know, through the summer months, you're out kind of using sunscreens and things along those lines.
All those
so
show
having
up,
all of that stuff shows up on your surface when you're showering and using the bathroom area.
Right.
But the best part about it, normally when you're spraying that other products, you spray and you run for your life. I mean, the gases that come off those other formulas, and we've always said, there's not a product in our line that gasses up. There's not a product there that you're going to spray that you're going to choke with.
Okay.
And so if you're choking, it means your body's kind of resisting something, and it's not a healthy thing to do.
And we've talked about this a lot on the show, too. Our homes are tighter and tighter, and now with energy prices going up, people are making them even tighter, and that's a good thing from an energy standpoint. Air exchanging is important. Using low or no VOC products are also important.
Absolutely.
And
And it meets all California standards. You know, California has kind of the toughest standards as it relates to VOCs, and all these formulas meet that. We also have Safer Choice certification, and that's an EPA program that says if it doesn't perform to a very high degree, and the chemistry is such that it has adverse effects on either the environment, on the aquifer, or things along those lines, they will not allow you to use that certification. And I've never seen an organization, I mean, there's other places out there that do this, the EU Flower and other. I've never seen an organization that took it to the depth in which they do. They not only take the compound, they break the compound down into its elements to look at all the elements. So if there's 27 elements that created that compound, they look at every one of those elements to make sure that each one of those are. It really is. It's an amazing process you go through. It's fairly expensive. It's time consuming. There's a lot of work, a lot of back and forth. But at the end of the day, when you get Safer Choice certification, which is an EPA program, the product's got to perform very, very high degree, and it has to be very safe for the user.
It sounds like you've probably had a few celebrations over the last 10 years with all these great things you're talking about. You've worked hard to do it.
And Gary, it all comes from that little cartridge, you know? It's just a little small, inexpensive, you know, a way to reuse, and it's anyway.
The kitchen degreaser, I have used it. I guess I was going to say my second favorite, but I don't know if I can say that. I use it a lot. Let's put it that way. I use the Granite, but I love the kitchen degreaser because I use it on my grill. I've got this terrazzo backsplash.
Okay.
And it catches, and it's kind of an amber color.
Gotcha.
And it's an easy place. I don't want to say where grease can build up, but where grease can build up.
Absolutely.
And I use that. I spray it on. I put a paper towel on and let it sit, and I literally just wipe it away.
Yeah. No, it really is an amazing product. And really designed for foodborne type things that you find in the kitchen.
Right.
And it doesn't streak like the other formulas don't. It doesn't fume like the other products doesn't. But at the end of the day, it really, for animal fats and oils and vegetable oils and normal things that you find in the cooking process, it just does an amazing job. It's got a nice cinnamon fragrance, so it kind of ties in with the kitchen kind of activities. But it really is a fabulous product. And the Wall Street Journal said it was the best grill cleaner they'd ever used.
Is that right?
Cooking Club of America, which is tomato pastes and things along those lines. They said it was the best cleaner they'd ever used. Wow! And so we've got some nice and really Gary is the top of my in terms of his endorsement. But anyway. It really has it's a phenomenal product. It's just one of those things you use every day. It doesn't have the buildup, so it's easy to use. Whether stainless steel, marble, granite, cooktops, microwaves, grills, all of it is really is great for all those things.
Bruce, when we first met, you had that product. That was one of your original staples. Was the kitchen degreaser, and I was telling you I had a halogen range, and so glass cooking surface and. I don't know, there was something on this one burner for 3 years. I couldn't get it off. I didn't want to destroy the glass. I was scared to use a lot of products. And you said, well, use this kitchen degreaser, spray it on, put a towel over it, and just forget about it for about 15 minutes or so. And he goes, it'll wipe right off. And I go, Bruce, I've tried everything on this. You just try it. And I did. I went home. I sprayed that down. I put like 2 paper towels on, sprayed the paper towels on. And I waited 15 minutes, and when I pulled the towels off, I pulled it sideways, and it took it off. Yeah,
no, it's pretty amazing.
And it polished it. I mean, it was the same thing. There was no streaks.
No,
it did
really
the same
has.
thing.
We've in Pinterest, this is where this idea came from. People try things and use things and cooking pans and pots, baking items where they bake that stuff hard. Right. They'll do the same thing where they take the paper towel, they spray it, they put it over the top, let it sit while they're doing the other cleaning that they have to do in the house. Come back to it, and it pops right off like it's water.
Good stuff. We'll take a little break. When we come back, I want to talk about the ultimate kit, and also if you're a person that is in the cleaning business, homes, commercial. There's an ultimate kit you might consider that'll make it nice and easy for you. We'll continue. Bruce Yacko from Jaws with me at home with Gary Sullivan. Well, in the past 4 weeks, you've heard me giving cleaning tips, Jaws cleaning tips, but we got the real McCoy here. We got Bruce Yacko with Jaws going through the entire line. As usual, we begin to run out of time, but this has got to be ideal for cleaning companies.
Oh, absolutely.
Again, just because of the lightness, no smells, it's a very safe product.
Well, you're going from house to house. You're going from business to business. You have no idea what kind of surfaces you're going to have to clean. So having a multi-purpose cleaner that can clean all of them without hurting any of them, you certainly don't want to hurt anything. To have a glass cleaner that you can use on big screen TVs, computer screens, iPads, and all that kind of stuff without damaging them, as well as clean the glass. If it has UV-coated glass, it won't attack the adhesives. There's no ammonia alcohol or butyl in there to be able to hurt any of those areas and surfaces. And so,
I promise you, it'll look like you polish the glass. I promise.
There you go.
I promise.
I love it. But anyway, to have it all in one little box, 6 different boxes of product that you can store in you can remake the product anywhere you need to make it, any building you're in. When you
just
run out of
fill the
product,
bottle with water.
Put in another cartridge, and away you go. So it really does provide a great solution for cleaning people.
I've been talking about the ultimate kit off and on this show, and I know you've got a sale going on, which we'll get to in a second. But maybe talk to me about what's in the ultimate kit.
Sure. Do 95% of the cleaning in the house, Gary, or a business, or a professional office, or things along those lines. But you have the disinfectant, you have the kitchen degreaser, you have the glass cleaner, you have a floor cleaner in there, you have the bathroom cleaner. So there's 6 different cleaners in that box.
Okay.
Again, it weighs 1.5 pounds, so really easy to transport and carry and everything else.
Okay.
Then it has 2 cartridges for each one of those formulas. So you
get
really
12. 6 empty bottles.
Yep.
And then you got
2 cartridges of each 6 product, 12 cartridges.
Okay.
And then plus we put in some microfiber towels, color coded, based on the products, because a lot of people say, "Hey, I want the orange stuff, I want the yellow stuff, I want the blue stuff."
The towels match.
Yeah, which is
Very nice.
So the towels match, and then you can you're not cross contaminating cleaning functions.
Yeah, and
they're washable.
And by the way, again, when you stay on that whole environmentally friendly, why would you use a half a roll of paper towels?
Absolutely not. Just use these and put them in the washing machine and go clean again.
Yeah.
And they're really wonderful. Everything you touch with Jaws is first class. It's either going to perform well, it's going to do it. The towels are no different. We really researched it.
So tell me about the Ultimate Kit. What's that run? So we're basically getting 12 bottles of
12
cleaner.
bottles of cleaner, less than $50.
Okay.
And so it's a tremendous value. You can buy more cartridges, 1 at a time, 5 at a time, 50 at a time, however you want to buy them.
Right.
They do come 24 in a box for bigger users like the cleaning professionals.
Right.
But it really is a fabulous value because we love you, Gary, and your audience, and you've been so supportive, which we appreciate. I can't tell you how much I love the comments that you all bring. But we have a 22% off for this.
Okay.
Again, if your kids are going off to college, you got enough stuff to stick in your car. They have a small area that they're living in. They're not living in your home anymore. So having the ability to do all of the cleaning, which really for this kit would probably take them through the whole school year, in a little box that you could store in the base of your car, and get it there so that you know that they're able to clean. You know that the products are not going to destroy anything. I mean, those landlords are always trying to get money out of you at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And to have cleaners in there that you're not going to destroy the surfaces along that way is really important too. So, having the ability to have all those things in one little compartment and travel with them, it's really awesome. And for you and your home, you and your business, really, no matter which way, and it's 22% off for $40 or less. You're getting a delivered product to your door, and they're fabulous products. And there's more cartridges always available. We've sold over 100 million cartridges, so that means somebody likes it out there.
Right.
Somebody's reusing. We said all those years ago, why come out with an elegant, beautiful bottle?
Right.
And a great clean. If people aren't going to like the products, why are you going to buy another cartridge?
Well, I don't know about you, but just trying to find room in the cabinets for all the different cleaners, it will make you crazy.
Oh, it does. So, put these things in the drawer. The cartridges, you'll never buy 6 bottles of.
It's my job at home, Bruce. I don't have many jobs, but that's my job. Every now and then I go, Gary, do you have any more of that degreaser? I go out in my garage. I have a cabinet of every cartridge in a big box. They're all color-coded, too, which makes it really easy for me.
Well, we're the worst thing for guys because guys always tried to screw things up so they'd have to do it a second time. You can't screw anything up with this.
That's
with the Jaws products.
It's all self-contained. I mean, you can fill the water all the way to the top if you want in the bottle. It's okay.
It's still going to work. Still going to perform. Still going to do a great job.
That's right. Somebody said, I'm a guy. I write directions. I don't read them.
Okay.
Probably true for a lot of us.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's jawscleans.com.
Yep.
And it's 22% off.
Yep.
And how long will that sale last?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
okay.
2 weeks.
So one other thing, kind of circling back, the Granite Cleaner, because I am intrigued with that. I think that's again, because it almost like it not only cleans it, it polishes it.
Yep.
That can be used on marble.
Sure.
You
Marble,
said, and
granite,
a lot
absolutely.
that could be used
Stone,
on like
any stone, cultured marble.
Okay.
Yeah, anything in that stone category, whether real or artificially created,
right,
can work on any of those surfaces. Won't attack any of the glues or the adhesives or any of that kind of stuff that you really are concerned about with, a lot of type cleaners. So.
Sure. As you can tell, Bruce has a lot of energy. He's very excited. It's not like he just invented his product yesterday either. He's been doing this for a while. I know you'd probably have to hurt me if you told me, but I'm sure you're working on other products all the time.
We are. Yeah, we have a number of really cool things coming this fall.
Okay.
And into next year.
All right.
That's you're going to enhance your cleaning experiences and your activities with Jaws. So we really have some fun things coming. You would hurt me, and then Jen would hurt me, and Nick would hurt me if I went too far beyond this.
Well, I look
we really
forward
have some
to
really cool things coming.
Yeah, I look forward to trying those out. And also, we got about a minute and a half. I do want to talk about the hardwood floor cleaner or the floor cleaner. Again, I know it doesn't leave streaks because I use it all the time.
Yep.
And but that's also for more than hardwood. All
Sure.
this laminate and LVT, you can use it on that.
Oh, absolutely. Bamboo to any of the laminates to hardwood, any type of hardwood. Just make sure it's sealed, the hardwood sealed.
Sure.
But really, granite, marble floors, terrazzo floors.
Yeah.
I don't really care what kind of floor you have.
Yeah.
It's really designed for all of those surfaces and to do a great job, not leave streaks behind. Nothing worse than leaving streaks behind after you spend all that time mopping, and cleaning that area.
Yeah.
But really coming into winter, a lot of those floor cleaners will take salt and make it a paste.
Right.
Ours will not. It will not do that.
That's excellent, because that was one of the things I was going to say is you track that salt in and then it mixes with some and it gets kind of pasty. That's a very salty brine solution, very corrosive.
Yep.
And the Jaws Hardwood Cleaner doesn't do that. Okay, it's jawscleans.com. It's 22% off, 2-week sale. You can try to crash those computers right now. And Bruce, again, thank you so much for coming down. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
By the way, we are giving Habitat for Humanity every Ultimate kit that's sold. We give $1 for the Cincinnati chapter. So
you've been very kind on that, and I certainly appreciate that. And thank you.
Yeah.
All right, jawscleans.com. Bruce Yacko, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And coming up, if you've got a question on your home, it's 800-823-8255. We'll continue with your calls. You're at home with Gary Sullivan.